Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Overthinking Football Show. Um, Nothing different. Nothing different. Nothing stands out, man. Just wearing my normal clothes here. Just making sure that we're good. Guys, welcome to the Overthinking Football Show. My name is George Mokwena. I am your host, and this show is about local football. This show is where we look at everything affecting our local football, but also we have a look at things that are happening elsewhere in Africa, and also sometimes we go overseas to Europe. The show is on every Monday to Thursday. Every Monday to Thursday, I will be here speaking about the game, but also because the league is back in, we also have watch-alongs that we're going to be doing over the next season, where we are going to watch this football together, and we're going to have a very good time. Every time there's a live match of the big three, either it's Chiefs, Pirates, or Mamelodi Sundowns, I will be here. Bafana, Banyana Style, UWC, when they go into CAF Champions League, we are going to be here. Thank you so much, guys, for all the support you guys have given me so far. But let's get into it. I'm a little bit late, so I'm going to skip a lot of the theatrics, guys. What you must know is that today, this show is a very interactive show. I want to hear more from you guys than I want to hear from, than you guys are going to hear from me. So if you want to join the show, click on the button at the bottom of your screen. Click the button at the bottom of your screen so that you can jump in and we can have a conversation about whatever we're watching, man, whatever we're seeing during the game. No, guys, what's wrong? There's nothing different here, guys. So we're gonna start off. With Mamelodi Sundowns, go into Orlando Pirates, and then end off with the Kaizer Chiefs. This is what the show is going to be today. So don't mind the five skippers, guys. Don't mind the five skippers. Guys, okay, let me open up. We're going to jump straight into the Sundowns game. Sundowns played versus Mbabane Swallows in the second preliminary round in order to go through to the CAF group stages. We're going to speak about that. Sundowns won 4-0. Mbabane Swallows was not there, guys. Let's be honest. They were not there. They were not up to scratch. They were a lesser team in this. Now they have to face them again in the second leg. But this helps Mangoba, man. This helps Mangoba get off of whatever is happening there. Guys, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Don't mind me. Guys, so whoever's jumping in now, we're going to be talking about Mamelodi Sundowns versus Mbabane Swallows. Sorry that I am a little bit late, Mara. You know, I was still celebrating. Gustavo, welcome to the show, my brother. How are you?
Just even 45 minutes. Let him start.
Gustavo, are you with me?
And then maybe switch him out for Cas.
Yeah, uthi ngikhona. Ngathi network. What's what?
No stress. Gustavo, you want to game, Gustavo?
Before the game, I'm sure so change any bedding. Gold and black.
Yeah, come on, bedding, man. Ngipente nendlu.
Yeah, great. Uthi. What's the question? What's the question?
We want to game, yeah. Your Sundowns. Number one Swallows.
I came back great, but it came back great. Yeah, came back great. Enjoy it as a support as Sundowns. Just go relax. You know, hardly relax one some of these days. Oh, since we lost in rulani, Jackson relaxing. Actually, not. Yeah, well, so it's like my 50-50 games. But yeah, I came back great. Performances from our fan. It was good. Dominated as we should have. And yeah, standout players in the match.
So let's get into the game proper. Was this Sundowns playing very well, or was it just a case of Mbabane Swallows not being up to par? Because maybe it's Sundowns winning, but maybe it's just a competition, and manbuye like Sasa, it might be an issue.
It's a bit of both. You know, it's a bit of both. It does happen whereby this is a lesser opposition. You know, this is a lesser opposition. It seems like in Mbabane Swallows, we face them in the league. You know, we face them in the league, and sometimes we struggle to score against those teams. They play.
Wait, Mbabane Swallows, wait a second.
Hayi phela khona amathimnyana abomazulu bo-Arrows.
I'm gonna be talking.
Yabo lawo mathimu lawo nje. Yabo.
Okay.
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 Yeah. There are lesser teams, man. Yabo Penta side, there are lesser teams in the league that we play, and there'll be teams that are coming from Million Tuzan. Tipo Foundation that are jumping over. You know, I'm talking about teams like that, whereby you need to dominate them. But they can give you a hard time. You know, home or away, they can give you a hard time. They can just be there to defend and hang on for that 1 point. You know, Bafana Swallows could have done that, but they tried. But yeah, sometimes it was just too quick for them. You know, when they give sometimes too much time on the ball. You know, stars like Ribeiro, you don't give those guys too much time on the ball. He was cooking. His performances was just like flowing. 10 out of 10, you know. So,
Okay.
yeah, it was that, man. There isn't that much on that game.
Okay. Let me go to Spiro. Spiro, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey man, where's Alankan today? Yeah.
Spiro, I don't know what you're talking about, man. Naki saw every single day. You saw.
Ay. Nigga like it's saying, like Revan, Yellow Nation. I can get said today.
No, but
It's good one.
Spiro chayele, but Spiro. Kike Prasem. Hey, Prasem, busy kamo Spiro bona. Ungisa kwale kwa. Prasem, sometimes it's very Limbabane swallow. So we body try game.
Hey, yeah, no. I mean, like I said, now it's written second.
Okay, Sundowns, man. Okay, Sundowns. Yeah. Relative Toyota Cup sileng kwa ko Freestata, man. Relative.
Yeah, I can want Rado. This is good. This is what I want to see.
Ay, man. Kana gaming, man. Kana gaming.
You know, yes, I'm down. I gave it the first half. You know, when I first half, and then I was like, no way. So go Lama Zulile and Tolo City because I equal it. So I know.
Okay, seriously.
I'll ask you when to say
But seriously. Let me go to Kuba. Kuba, welcome to the show, my brother. How are you? Prasa Manteja, boy.
Yeah, but now one temporary top of the position, or fatla ga yellow. Well, last season no para Puma. It's fine. I get sharp or no, yeah.
But Timnati Kuba, how did you feel about your guys' game versus Babane Swallows?
You're finally. Reconocora Kande. You see, like, it was so frustrating. 3 games, serious gory and stuff.
Yeah.
And I would like to make a correction, guys. It wasn't a case of Mbabane Swallows paying badly. Sometimes it can be good on its day. Like, you know, one thing that I liked about this game,
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I love my superstars, our stalwarts, your Barakebo Mambo,
Mokwena,
it shows already there's a succession plan, there's continuation, even though we didn't get to use all our French players. We can still somewhat perform. And happy guys, Mbabane Swallows, as a team in Madagascar, Eleri Fishermen. These are the reigning champions, multiple winners. Ligitsako Eswatini, as a Mickey Mouse club, so let's give them some respect. They tried. But my only frustration ka Sundowns, this game in particular, the chances that we keep on missing, that frustrated. If we had maybe a better opposition like a Club World Cup, Madrid got punish, guys. Manchester City, so whatever chance Eric Rayang, we need to bury those. Look at Tamara need. I cannot put that for next year. So again, I mean, like that could have been like an embarrassing scoreline for them. And we to next second leg, then we can play our MDC just for flags, just to show them more Lerena. You know, we've got the squad depth. Whenever we get 20 Langa, like Sundowns the Liberty Series, you could see Gabo position. I don't know where Halanga Peter. I'm very concerned right now. Elena sales Elena gets like hiccups. What time now is following and we already the mistake it's it's a silly boy. But Reyna's the man we needed all the time. Come on, or this guy, I can see why Adlila Peshem go kuntena. I can see why Nere Matla go Sundowns. At least the no kono punts out those loose balls. Yeah.
So then, Kumo, you talked about that bench and having the stars on the bench. Could this be a chance for Mangoba to maybe show some of the other guys that are rumored? I think there's rumors that they're not on board with him fully. Was this a chance for him to say, you know what, guys, there's other players that can play in my system? Or is it too early to judge based on playing Swallows? For as good as they are, they weren't at the level of Mamelodi Sundowns.
Polokwane was never at our level as well. I even dare say Stellenbosch was not at our level. They were just more clinical. So if we're gonna based on rumors, which I try not to engage in, yeah, it's a good shot. It's petty. I would do it. In fact, I would have done it a long time ago before him. Mara, besides the rumor aspect them being petty, everyone along Sundowns so deserves to get a chance, especially if you know you're a superstar or you are somewhat guaranteed a starting berth. You can't be complacent every time. There's always someone who's willing to come in and take your place. Sundowns area has always been our philosophy. Like, if you aren't performing, we're going to get 3 more people in the same position as you occupy to come and show us what they can do. And when they perform, the onus will be on you to actually prove why you should go back to the starting berth. So, Lena Bakuna Zurena, you can think the rumors, Marina we know better. It's all about performance.
Let me go to Prasipo, welcome to the show. How are you?
Good evening, OT and the guys. I'm fine, man.
Prasipo, how did you see the game, Swallows and Mamelodi Sundowns? How did you find that game?
No, Sundowns played very well, OT. And remember, the standard of Swaziland League and this Southern African leagues is not that good. Even our Vela League it's much better. So people mustn't read much into it, but it was good for Sundowns to at least get their confidence back after their loss against Stellenbosch and then getting the goals, because they haven't scored a goal in 3 games. So it's definitely a morale booster for the team. And also to Mangoba. So, but we're still waiting for tomorrow's game.
Yeah. So should we? So do you think that Mangoba's system worked over the weekend, or was it just a lesser opposition?
No, he's trying to come with a new system where he puts Aboshalulile outside and the likes, but then I don't think his system will work. Maybe he should have kept the system going up until some time and gradually start to change the system into his own system.
Yeah.
That's the unfortunate part. Remember, he didn't like maybe the personnel and how the team was playing before, even though the team was winning. So when he came in, he changed immediately the system. So that is, I'm still saying, I'm not going to judge their performance on Swaziland League club. No, the team that are even going to play home twice.
Yeah.
In our own country. No, I cannot judge them. But then because they are Swaziland champions, let's just give them a little bit of respect. But they are not a match for Sundowns. Sundowns is of high quality.
Okay. Let me go to Conti. Conti, welcome to the show. How are you? Conti? Let me see if I can help him unmute. There we go. No, I'm good. Conti. Funny, Mamelodi Sundowns versus. No.
OT, you know who's Conti? It's actually Cornelius Mukele.
Oh, when last? Cornelius, you finally joined me on TikTok.
I'm the guy who always sends
on
messages.
YouTube.
I stay in Centurion. I see you also stay in Centurion. Yeah.
Oh, this man. No, we must meet up, man. Conti.
Yeah, but I'm a Sundowns fan, eh?
And I want to ask you, don't mind me. I want to ask you, How did you find that game? Yeah, Mbabane Swallows. Guys, Conti is always on YouTube. He's one of the first people on YouTube who watched the show that side. Conti, how did you find that game? Yeah, Swallows, Zili, Sundowns.
I think we as fans of Mamelodi Sundowns have been divided in terms of some fans really liked Coach Rulani. I'm one of the guys who is and still today of Rulani's fan, but I think Coach Mangoba is going to surprise a lot of people because Coach Mangoba has been there for a very long time, and what he's trying to do, Coach Mangoba, is trying to mix our build-up play. If you watch the preseason where we played in Austria, the games that we played there, he's trying to mix a combination of a little bit of build-up, also with diagonal balls where we also play into the wings and we put in the crosses. I think it's because the crosses of sales, but also if you can go back to 2016 when Coach Pitso was the coach. We used to play those long balls with Klompo Kekana, Billiard Castro, those guys, you know. So, and we used to play the crosses as well with Langaman. I forgot who was on the right wing. I think it's the late Nganga. I forgot, but yeah. So the type of football we are playing is not actually new, but people, I don't think they've been actually understanding what Coach Mangoba is trying to do. We are creating a lot of chances. And I think with the way Coach Mangoba is implementing, he needs to be given a chance. And I really think this season, Sundowns, it's going to be knocking out the teams with at least 2 goals plus the scores. Not like Coach Rulani's team, whereby we would score late goals. And I have to be honest, as a Sundowns fan, some of the games we benefited in the league and MTN 8 last season. But I think with Coach Mangoba's team, which Coach Rulani's team, he gave 0 chances at the back. With Coach Mangoba's team, all he has to do, at least he mustn't push his center back too much forward, but at least I saw over the weekend he brought back Ukotsie, which is very important in the type of play he's trying to play because he's putting in the wingbacks too much forward, Abu Tshwane and Morena. And that boy Tshwane, the 19-year-old, I think he had a fabulous game. We're going to see a lot from that boy. He's also playing under 20. And Maboe, the most underrated player, Sundown, I think he's calling in to be in the first 11. So what coach is saying about these Bafana players, I think he's got a point. If they are not ready to pull up their socks, let these ones that want to play, let them play.
I wanted to ask you very, very quickly. When we see Abokutsia coming back in, we see Williams. Is it a case of Mamelodi Sundowns maybe reverting a little bit to take some of the principles of the chameleon Rulani? Or was it always the plan and it's just that Williams was injured, for example?
I think it was always the plan if I watched the preseason games because Williams was injured. There was another goalkeeper, I forgot his name, the black guy who comes from Swallows. That guy, when he played in the preseason, he tried to play the chameleon sort of football. But if you check, what's his name, Jody February, I mean, we can't expect a lot from Jody February. He hasn't played a game in a long time. All he had to do, he had to play those balls safe. You understand? Yeah. Even Onyango is not so good with his feet, but Abu Grant Kekana, they trusted him and all of that. And if you check the second leg of Stellenbosch, we were under pressure in the first 30 minutes with Mujela. And Mujela, if you can check Mujela's last season, Mujela's has won 18 balls by pressing up front last season. So guys, we really played against teams that were very strong in terms of Stellenbosch. So we couldn't play from the back like we used to because one, Williams was not there. 2, the guy who was playing goalkeeper was not confident enough, so he had to play those long ball. And every time he's playing those long ball, it wasn't a pass. It was a long ball, and you find Toure and you find all Moloisani bringing those ball back. So it was very difficult for us to play our normal game. But what I'm trying to say is that with this, what Mangoba is trying to do, I think is going to prove a lot of guys wrong. this
Okay.
season. So I think with Williams back,
Yeah.
he's bringing confidence in the centre backs. He's going to play those passes where the first line, second line, third line, he's passing those balls. So I think the Sundowns that we normally know will be there, but it will be tweaked with Mangoba's play, where you're gonna see some diagonal balls where Morena will take a run, or what's his name, if Modau is playing or Mdunyela is playing. So we're gonna see a lot of forward in the wings. We're going to see our wing forward, Abu Ribeiro tucking inside. And I saw like Reyna's play in the pockets this weekend. He wasn't more of a 9, but more of playing in the pockets, and he really played well. But I also think he's gonna play as a 9 as time goes on.
For time's sake, I'm just gonna have to jump in there. Let me go to let me go to Agent. Agent, welcome to the show, my brother. How are you?
I'm good, man. I don't have to ask you how you are. I can see, eh?
I don't know what you're talking about. This is how I dress every day.
Yeah, no. Even the glow, even the haircut, I can see. You even got a new haircut. I know. Anyways, going to the game, I was very impressed with Coach Nabi and his style of play. He played well, Coach Nabi. I thought you agreed you're going to speak 2 minutes about Sundowns and the rest about Chiefs, man. How?
Hey, choose at the end. Choose at the end. Best for last, man.
Jokes. I think let me just start by saying, you can see my style, eh? You can see here, Conti. Here, you should tell them. Eh? You can see me. Eh? You should tell them that you are me. It's me. Conti is me. You can even see the truck that day. It's me trucking there. It's my double. No, but I think I wanted to just say that sometimes I wonder if we analyze the performance or we analyze the result, right? Because if you had to analyze performance, this was a much improved performance from Stellis, sure, but in terms of chance creation, it was more or less the same. Stellis, we hit the bar 5 times. Here we didn't hit the bar, we scored. Now, what's the difference between criticism is the results, right? So that's why sometimes I feel like maybe you just have to win, then people will warm up to your style of play, and sometimes I wonder, like Kunta was saying, I'm saying is my body double, I'm being serious. What has changed? I see people saying change of system, but what is the change of system? Like, are we all of a sudden a Gavin Hans football, and you look at, that's why sometimes I feel like the problem with the modern day fan is we are fed a lot of information and we consume it without necessarily, filtering it.
Yeah.
And I gave a simple example last time about the empires, falling down and stuff. I'm like, they don't actually, And one thing that I'm seeing now in the retrospect is Sundowns was always going to have a problem because with the type of players that our ex-coach wanted, was older guys, more experienced guys. So this kind of transition was always coming where you're going to have to blood in new stars, or you're going to become a Bayern Munich who's going to, after a golden generation, we have a gap, So, and people will tell you that we are playing Katanishu and stuff. I'm like, but what is Katanishu? You've never played Katanishu in a style of play. You've never had that. Even under Coach Rulani, we never had that. And again, it's a case of also understanding principles that if you're saying as Coach Rulani, I'm playing 0 chances against an opposition, it means I have to keep the ball more. I'm defending with the ball. The key word there is I'm defending with the ball. I'm not attacking with the ball, but I'm defending with the ball. So if you're defending with the ball, and if you're defending, it means you're going to create less chances. So we're creating less chances. We get 1 goal, we're done with it. We got a deflection, we benefit, whatever the case may be, we get a goal, go home. But we nonetheless, we're defensive with the ball either way, So now that thing is good for the league, but it's not good for a League Cup, because in the League Cup, you need more than 1 goal, ordinarily. And even if you have that 1 goal, a team is coming out guns blazing because is now or never, you know. So when the team equalizes, you don't have answers because you don't have a second goal in you. So with the new Sundowns system is I see high scoring games and I see us conceding a lot of goals. So it's always going to be that trade of that. The fact that they create more chances, it means we're gonna concede more goals. And lastly, I wonder again if as fans we are ready for a Salas kind of striker.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're ready. I don't know if you're ready as a nation.
Oh.
He's the problem is we sign a player and we see the price figure and they're like, he has to score from the bench, you know, or from the dressing room. I had expectations that he'll score, but I saw his games. I'm like, nope, this is not a Shadulile. He's a 9.5. Like after one game, I said, this guy's a 9.5. You shouldn't expect goals. That's why a partnership of him, Reyners, and Costa would be good because Ribeiro can cut in and he'll hold the ball. Reyners can go behind him and he'll hold the ball. You know, he's an Nkata that went to private school, if I can put it that way. You know,
Central defensive striker. Hey, AJ, don't do that.
No. With him is though I'm saying that went to a private school because he's gonna make the team play. He's a 10 that places a 9, if I can put it that way. You know, so I don't know if South Africa are ready for that. You know, but otherwise, there's nothing much unless from the game. Just happy with the fact that you converted chances. Yeah, because it was going to be a long weekend. And lastly, no, just one winning and against. It was one team. You're saying South African African teams leagues are not strong. They're better than AFD. No, guys. We know you guys used the back door to enter. You're afraid. Yeah? You're afraid of OPS. Thank you, sir.
Hi, man. Okay, guys. I'm gonna do one round, but then it'll have to be a little bit quick. I want to ask 2 specific questions. Gustavo, I've got 2 questions for you. Number 1, does seeing Kutsia coming back into the team, seeing Williams, seeing a little bit more possession at the back and building up like that, is this maybe showing that Coach Mangoba might be stopping, you know, and maybe going back a little bit to those chameleon things so that he can get some results down, number 1. And then number 2, how important is the winning and goals? Because as we're saying here, there's so many chances that Sundowns created over the weeks that we've been watching them, over the months that we've been watching them, but they just haven't been able to take it. And when we all started speaking about Mangoba a certain way, right? How much does winning matter to these things and the goals matter? Or can you see the style of play playing out?
Okay, Oti. I remember there was Lontuzana before Lama came with M10. I remember there was pre-season. And pre-season and how we played during M10, 2 different things. Different things, even with Williams not being there. But 2 different things. What we saw during pre-season, especially the Al Hilal game, we saw how Coach Mangoba actually sort of wanted to play, trying to mix both styles, you know, trying to be still keeping possession, but less possession and more attacking. You know, we had that, but we build out from the back. You know, we still build out from the back, then we go direct. You know, instead of passing the ball from your left to your right, we go direct. You know, we did see that, and it worked out. You know, it worked out against Al Hilal with most of their key players in the team. You know, we did see that. So with the Williams, you could see coming back on. Maybe we are sort of kind of seeing that okay, now our goalkeeper that's so good on his feet is gonna try to do something now. You know, bringing all the ball players in the team. You know, trying to get them some game time, get minutes in their body. You know, get those muscles moving, get them used to those 90 minutes. You know, it's actually good seeing them back and actually seeing us playing the ball from the back instead of just going direct. You know, it's actually a good thing seeing that.
Okay. And then on the second one, are Sundowns fans going to accept this style of play if they don't score goals? So he's been creating chances, but we've all been crying. Does it matter, the winning and the goals of this, or will people be patient with him?
So here we're stuck in a situation whereby last season where they were saying Coach Rulani doesn't score a lot of goals, this and that, Sundowns score is not scoring a lot of goals. So if the same thing is still happening under Coach Mangoba, then where's the improvement? You know, you ask yourself, where's the improvement? Have we really improved from last season, or have we just, excuse me, dropped as a team? As much as we are creating those chances, but are we converting? You know, what's better than to create a lot of chances and not convert than to create those small chances and convert? You know, it's better converting those chances. But those 4 goals, I think it will help the team sort of gain momentum, gain the confidence, especially the players who scored, you know. There's a person who mentioned the Lebu Mabue there, that that guy has his on and offs. He has on and off. On his good day, he's good for Sundowns, man. On his good day, he's good for Sundowns. I won't lie. On his good day.
Okay.
The confidence of the players has to go up from here. They have to turn it up a notch.
Very quickly, I'm going to give you a minute. Supersport tomorrow. How are you feeling about that game?
Soft. Clean. Straight win. Straight win. You know,
Over 2.5.
Over 2.5. Yeah, with them maybe getting 1 goal in. You know, with them maybe getting 1 goal in. But yeah, clean win tomorrow. Yeah, our key players are sort of back, and you'll see, we'll be cooking.
Okay. Let me go to Kumo. Kumo, a lot of the talk at the beginning of the season was that maybe he's changing things too quickly. Did we see maybe a reverting back to maybe slowing down and bringing it to Bo Williams, bringing in Bokutzia, having more possession? Do you see it that way? Or do you think that it was always the plan and just that he didn't have the personnel?
At this point, we can only assume. I mean, like, if you're gonna bring a player on like Utsie, you know how he plays and his style of play is. But that doesn't mean the instructions that he got from Mangoba is to do what he does. You know, having them back, you know, you're gonna have stability, leadership, and more ball control and playing from the back. You know, so it can go both ways. It can be like that. I'm not saying it's not, but also we can definitely say. All I'm saying is that we were much more focused. We were much more stable. We were confident because we know we don't have the fastest defensive pair in any. Like I don't think we have. We have fast 4-5s, you know. It's always the wingers like your Morenas and your Sailors, you know. And because they were not there playing in those positions, we need some form of stability to slow it down. So maybe you are there you are correct in that assumption. I don't know.
And then Kumo, when it comes to results, fine, you've got your 4-0 versus Mbabane, but there was what happened in the MTN 8. Going into the league, if you don't convert, will there be people calling for Mangoba's head, or will he get time owing to the fact that he's creating so many chances?
Oh my God, we don't care which chances. We don't care. We want to win. When I get in penalty via a Bongilo Tom, why must we have shame? Some people do not have shame. We need to win. We need to. I want to, even if it's a high scoring game, if we win by 10-9, a win is a win. Because Sundowns, so like I still maintain this. No other team on the continent plays the way Sundowns do. We play the most beautiful football. You ask yourself, like, wow, is this a live game or I'm playing FIFA? But Al Ahly, no one can tell me Al Ahly plays well. We've been out playing Al Ahly, Zamalek, Asberan, Petro. Mara, they've got more trophies than we do. So it's all about conversion, my guy. This is Africa. Chiefs, if you want to see proper entertainment football. Just to no pap. This is what we like. This is the look that we know and like. Yeah, Carlos Mailam. So yeah. Sure.
Guys, please, Tata Scream, man. Tata Scream, please. We're on 13,000. Let's try to get to 30. Lindo Pep show is going to be on at 9 o'clock after me. So if you want to watch the technical breakdown show, Lindo's show is going to start at 9 o'clock. Let me go to Prasipo. Prasipo, Is he going back to the chameleon a little bit? And is that the right thing to do, number one? And then number two, he's creating chances and not scoring. Will Sundowns fans be patient with him should they continue missing chances, let's say the way that they were, and maybe not getting those 3 points?
Yeah, OT, like I said before, when I said he must not try to change into his style quickly, because he needs to try to keep the foundation a little bit, play with Rolan's style of play. And you are right when you say Williams was brought in and then coach. That was the style where Roland was playing with slow build-ups from the back and all these things.
Yeah.
And also, Mangoba's team has always created chances, even from Golden Arrows. His team has always created chances. The unfortunate part is that the chances are not being converted and stuff. And I don't think they are going to be patient with him because he has been there before. It's unlike a new coach. So he just have to pray that those chances are getting into the net. And I don't know what's happening with Peter Shalulile not playing. And then I don't know, maybe he prefers the new player, Sales, front there. But then he I so wish that he can get those goals in because he creates chances. All his matches, the players are creating chances. The only problem is conversion. And Sales was brought in to solve that problem and stuff. So, and Reynas as well. So let's hope they bang in those chances, or else the door is going to revolve again. And he's fortunate because he might not be fired. He might just be demoted because that's sometimes they don't fire. They just demote. They just demote. You see, even Steve Compella was brought in back, and then they said, "No, you are gonna be the senior coach." And then even Mangoba, even before when Roland was made the coach, it's unfortunate Roland decided to leave because maybe he had this offer from Wydad in the mind. He was also going to be demoted. So, but OT, I'm just a fan of South African coaches, so I really feel he could do well, even though I don't want Sundowns to do well.
For time's sake, all I'll say is Pagama for Khoza, Pagama. Let me go to Conti. I've got the same two questions for you. Very quickly. You touched on it. So do you think it's the right thing to revert to the chameleon? Number one, and then number two, he's creating chances. They're just not finishing them. Will he be given time should this continue, or will fans look at the players and say the players are not contributing? Maybe Mangoba's not the problem.
I think what Coach Mangoba has done by going back to a bit of build-up and the chameleon by bringing Coetzee there in the midfield to start play and also William coming back, it will help him to sort of with our fans, majority of the Mamelodi Sundowns fans, they want to win with a style. So even if Sundowns wins, or they misses chances and we don't win, but we win, but we play well, the performance is very good, I think they will give him more chance and they will be patient with him. So I think it's a smart move by Coach Mangoba to bring that style back of the chameleon, because I saw the 5-meter passes over the weekend where Allende wasn't so far off Mabue and Coetzee, and I saw also Ribeiro coming and collecting those balls, which on other games that wasn't happening with Mokwena and Allende. They were too far apart. So I saw a little bit of that chameleon and rationalism sort of football that we saw towards the end of the season of Rulani. So what Coach Mangoba is doing, I think he's doing a great job right now. Even though it's a process, he needs to be given a chance, guys.
Okay, Conti, let me go to...
So let's allow him at least 10 games, not to rush him. But even though I'm saying let's allow him 10 games, Mahebe are saying Sundowns is talking to Benny McCarthy. Personally, I don't want Benny McCarthy.
Well, we'll have that conversation another day because I think it's very interesting. I spoke about wanting Benny McCarthy, but hey, we all know when we pick coaches. Agent, I want to come to you with the last two questions. Reverting back to the chameleon, is it the right move? Can this work? Because you can't have a fast attack with a slow build-up. By the time you finally get into the final stages, the defense is set. Is it something that can work? How do you see it working? I'm going to ask it differently. And then number two, will he get time if things don't look that good? I mean, we're all speaking about the chances he's creating, but the narrative of the past few weeks was, hey, this man must go. So will he get the time should they not convert?
What's the chameleon? What's the chameleon?
5 midfielders, 1,000 passes, that type of thing.
What I'm saying is, I saw the Sundowns where I didn't see the chameleon because Koiti was not playing as a centre back; he was playing as a midfielder. And the chameleon would have Koiti there. So please, guys, let's not. Let's not overcredit some people for things that they found. Hey, let's not do that, guys. No, this is the Sundowns way. It has always been like that. We've always had comfortable fielders who come drop deep and help the defenders. We're playing Kekana and Libusa, natural centre backs. No Zungu, no Kotiere, no nothing. Just natural flat centre backs. You know. So the thing is, it was always going to happen that with Williams back, we'll play a bit more better from the back, you know. But even with him, I didn't see him anywhere standing on the ball. You know, he usually used to stand on the ball under the chameleon, wait for players and then play a risky pass. I didn't see those. So for me, I feel like if anything, if there was any credit to give to any recent coach, I would say this was a Pitso Mosimane kind of style of play where shots build up nyana and then quick, you know. So I think he's reverting to Pitso Mosimane style of play, you know, and people just have short memories and they've forgotten about it because they're so in love with 1,000 passes, you know. And
so then, agent, to go into the second question also.
Yes.
Pitso wasn't his football wasn't loved as much. So can people like that football, number one? And then feeding into the second question, if the goals are not being scored but the chances are being created, will fans have the patience for the coach?
The problem is people have natural hatred for Mangoba because of what happened, you know. So he doesn't have that. The only way to win them is for you to win, you know. So I don't think like he can win 10 games. If you lose one game, like, we won 29 games and beat 10. You get, you know, forgetting that even other previous seasons we lost one game also, but that's besides the point, you know. And there's this new term that is being coined around. I'm sorry, but there's this new term that's been coined around that Sundowns is losing its soul. It's losing its soul. So it's a new buzzword. You'll see it often now. Sundowns is lost its soul. You know, but for me, what good is it for this soul that we have, but we've won Champions League? I would rather lose my soul and win Champions League, to be honest with you, you know? And Arsenal fans would tell you about soul. They've been with this soul for so long. So I'm just saying, you know, guys, look at other teams. Arsenal plays the most beautiful football. What have they won? Even Man City had to sacrifice certain things and saw that he had this thing of playing and wanting to score the tap in. We need a proper striker. Sometimes to hoof balls in, you know. You won't win big things. Look at Real Madrid, look at Ahly, look at any big team, look at Argentina, look at France. The last time a playing team won, it was Spain 2010. Germany is not a football playing team. So let's go away with this obsession of a soul. I don't even know what a soul means, but in football. But yeah. Anyways, I just wanted to say that, guys, we took 50 minutes on Sundowns. How long are you gonna spend on Chiefs, guys? I'm not happy. No, listen to me, OT. I'm just proposing as a member that is it possible to talk to Mrs. OT that at least let's go to 10 to 30 or even 10 because Chiefs deserve some hour or two. I so move accordingly, Mr. Speaker.
I was gonna say, the soul comes from shoe shine and piano because shoes have so. You know what? It's fine. Guys, we're gonna head swiftly into Pirates. I was a little bit late today. Apologies for that. So we're gonna head swiftly into Pirates. Everybody that's requesting now, please. We're going to talk Pirates, then we'll go into Chiefs. So let's speak a little bit about Pirates. Pirates played versus Jordaan. Jordaan Galaxy, a team that had given them some sleepless nights over the past year, with everybody being able to point back and say, there's that team in Lille, we Champions League. They got a chance to exact their revenge. So I think it's always good when teams get a chance to do that. Guys, we're speaking about Pirates right now. Please tap the screen, tap the screen, tap the screen if you have not tapped the screen. And then if you have not followed, follow. The show is on every Monday to Thursday at 7 p.m. But also we do watch-alongs. So if Pirates, Chiefs or Sundowns are playing, I will be here watching it, as well as bafana, banyana bastyle, UWC. That's who we're looking at. Let me see while I let people in here. Stepfather.
Hey, Oti.
Skipper, stepfather.
Hey, I'm sharp, Garam. Before Singene, are you one of those now who have been chased by cars with no number plate now? I see you wearing your Kaizer Chiefs.
Mina, I don't know what you're talking about. I always wear this every day. I haven't seen any cars yet. No cars
I've heard the cars are following you guys. No number plate. Is it Timili, Monte? You're not safe now. You guys in the trouble.
Tegeleni man. Stepfather, Jordaan man, ni shatunile. Uthini?
Labo sibashaya 2-0 OT and sibashaya sine-support. As what I've seen, I saw Pirates in the support le Botswana. We had the support there in Botswana. Even though the cameraman was trying to finish the game, we are zooming the cameraman. I don't know what he was doing. Zoom about. But I sabashaya no referee, sabashaya le kagubo ne support, sabane supported yabo. Because I don't know what they were trying to do. Those guys, they did not come there to play. They were just there to park the bus. Then after we scored, then they tried but it was too late. And then now they're going to Escotine, and hey, they're gonna feel the pain of playing Escotine, my man, But then all in all, OT, I'm happy about the team performance, because we're not there to just play beautiful football, but we're there to manage, because OT. Unlike you guys, this season, so you don't have to play beautiful. You just have to win and then come back, polish it at home. Unlike you guys, when now you have been chased by his motor.
Man. I wanna just like those cars that chase us outside. Ungilandelele la kule show, man, stepfather. It's fine. Let me go to Velile. Welcome to the show. How are you? Hayi man, ngimnandi man.
Ngiyabona ukuthi kudala wagive up manje usaphethe lamajezi abodlala ngabo umtshitsha lwakudala kanje
Hey.
usafungula wona.
Mina angazi ngoba ngihlale ngigqoka iChiefs yami, angazi ukuthi nina ningibona nini or whatever. Velile.
Bagqoka abo Kingston Nkatha awangeke kahle lot.
Hayi man. Jordaan 2-0 man.
Hey, hayi man, ngicela ukubuza man. Hey, umthetho wakhona ngiyabona la, hey, mawunalabantu be-Sundowns ngiyabona gcina ikhanda lakho ngathi alithathi kahle. Uyabenza ukuthi bathini bonke labantu. Bafunani abantu be-Sundowns ngathi bakuhlanganisa ikhanda nje. Ususaba nokukhuluma ukuthi hey, yazi mina abantu be-Sundowns ngiyangiconfuse nabo sizokukhulumela thina
mina ngifuna ukucelebrate, ngiyangibambezela, ngifuna ukulandaba, ngifuna ukucelebrate namhlanje. Hawu Velile, ngitshele man. Indlala nejwane nginayishaya 2-0 eBotswana, uyibone njani igame?
No mntakababa ngiyabonga, ngiyabulisa abafowethu la kupanel. No, okwejwane engakungithusi into vele ekwakumele siyenzile ivina ngonyaka odlule. Ngebhadi nje ukuthi omunye wethu uxolana kasekho azobona umsebenzi, so ngabe ngasho ngathi hayi laba benza into eyafana no yenza ubani umuntu eboxing Hashim Rahman ashawu Louis ngesakha nje into yenzeka once in a lifetime lento le. Khona ingane ngegeneration ngeke iphinde ibone lento le yenzeka iyozife. So nje
Sajabulu Stefan, the thing ukuthi yabona once you come uza emotional ukhuluma kakhulu njengale coach yejwaneng awuvamisanga ukubuya emodlane ePirates ngoba once waqala oba emotional you will start playing negative football of defending of which that ijwaneng into eyenza vele leyo. They just park the bus and just wanting to catch you on the counter unless you play 0-0 they go to penalties. They know their goalkeeper is uyawasave angithi is the best now. Unokwashayisa nje. Unokwashayisa. That's how they win. They've won even in the last matches Motaung. Most of the matches after last season when they've beaten us, when they're winning 1-0. 1-0. They've never played beautiful football. There's nothing to write home about it. They are not that good at all. So Pirates at this stage has done a good thing. We won away 2-0. Which is a good result, and then Mabeza gets Scotins kama menzela so qedela umsebenzi ke. So uyazi ke lawo lapho utakubulwa ke. So yeah, but the tactics of the coach, they were good, but I'm still worried. The only thing that I'm worried about the Pirates it's just ukuthi abantu abaningi abayi-notice the central pairing kama Khawula nombatha. It has never dominated the game. Angayiboni dominated the game. The only time Pirates look threatening is when they come on the side, whether on the left, or when they just kick the ball up front and get to did on a 10. But to be dominant in the game, to know exactly what roles are they playing between Makau and Umbata, who's defensive, who's attacking, who will sometimes want to carry the ball and play box to box. I haven't seen that dominance at all. So it's sometimes I just get confused there. So unless they fix that and then understand the role, who's supposed to do what, maybe there'll be a different result. Because we've never seen in most cases whereby a goal will come from a central middle field pairing from Pirates. It always comes from the sides now and then, never from the center. So once they can fix that, so that maybe the team can be balanced.
Okay. I'm going to come back because that's something I actually wanted to ask in the second round. Let me go to Usupa. Okay. Super, welcome to the show. How are you?
Ketlel Tala.
How are you, my brother? Man, mina ngimnandi.
Mina ngimangele usani ikipa ze Chiefs ngithi kade wayinika amaphara.
Ngashisila amanye man now. Ungangeni leyo Super. Super 2-0 running. We wanted to game.
Man, that one it was a training exercise. Not ukuthi ngikhulumela phansi ijwaneng, but through the entire preseason, the Pirates has been facing opposition where they are the underdogs. And when it came to our season proper starting, they were in a situation where they are the superior team and expected to dominate. So, MTN 8, it took a while for them to switch into that mode. But finally, I'm glad it's starting to kick in. To say, if you are the stronger team, but you're facing a low block, how do you do it then? Can you win ugly? Which is basically the cornerstone of all champions, that it's not only when the pretty football is coming off, but when the football is not coming off at all, can you still win? So that game yesterday, it wasn't really a pretty game, but I'm not upset with the boys because it's, the team Ijwaneng was not there to play in their home leg, and they were there trying to play mind games instead of playing football. I think the coach took it a bit too far and he actually lost focus on what his task was. You could even see him getting a booking Lapan on the sidelines because his mind games were not working. Last season it was all good and pretty, him talking a lot, but this season he needed to have something in the locker, especially if he's going to rub it in our faces that he won the previous encounter by penalties, of which he shouldn't have been talking too much because they won by penalties. It's not like they won in open play. So now it's coming back to bite him. Just like any other team that manages to beat Pirates, when you come again, it's never a pretty sight. So all in all, it's a satisfactory performance away from home. I wasn't really expecting fireworks. Someone here said that Southern African teams are not very competitive. I am totally against that. if anything, or one thing you don't want to meet in preliminaries of CAF is a fellow Southern African opponent. Because one thing they can do is that they can keep up with us with the running. And Pirates being a running team, I actually don't enjoy playing teams from Southern Africa in the preliminaries. But then again, yeah, they prove their dominance, they prove their worth. So overall, I'm happy.
Let me go to Vuyo. Vuyo, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good, my brother. And how are you?
I'm a bit like man. Vuyo, 2-0 versus Jordaan. How did you see the Paris game? How did you feel about it?
They play very well. I'm very, very happy the way they play. They play as a team. They did everything as a team. And let me not be jealous. Congratulations to the Glamour boys. Congratulations to Orlando Pirates. The game of football was very, very beautiful when you watch both of the games during weekend. I'm hoping that performance will be consistent to each and every game for Orlando Pirates to the CAF Champions League. That was my wish, OT. I told you that I wish to Orlando Pirates to join the group stages. I want them to travel. I want them to feel what we feel. So I want them to compete to the league, to the Champions League, everywhere as a big team. Because we're talking about big team with the big fan base in South Africa. So we need those teams to the Champions League, as well as Kaizer Chiefs. We need them there to compete so that our football can grow. Because we are tired of the two big team of South Africa, and they are not competing in the Champions League. We need them to be consistent as Sundowns. They're going to make the Bafana of our national team to be big more than enough. So I'm very, very happy for Orlando Pirates to reach the next round. There was nothing even last year, OT. The problem was last year, it was they take that team for granted. The players themselves. They never take that game serious. But whatever team that you meet in the Champions League, you must switch on because you'll never know.
Okay, Vuyo. I'm going to come back because there's something I want to ask you in that regard. Let me go to Malume Kutso. Malume Kutso, welcome to the show. How are you?
OT, my face. I am Wile. I'm Wile Makos. Izinja my face.
Malume Kutso, I don't know what you're talking about. Kabanena Kitso, I can't every day, man. I can't say, man. Wait, Malume Kutso, Kipila, Kili once and Totse, and I don't know. For la bona, but it's fine. Malume Kutso. Le Chambile Jwaneng. How did you feel about your win?
Tuka. La matches were played about Jeffrey Tuka. When Nonesh Muswana was still 11 years old, Chiefs was wearing the jersey. I think even the late legendary Shoes Musheu wore those jerseys.
I still have another one.
You have now passed on wore those jerseys.
Well, what if I could take out the other one? You'd be shocked. It's two-tone. It's about two-tone.
Kapamba Musasa, Mr. Uti, Takamachi, Zanyeke.
Ay, Maralele at least, man. It's not that bad.
All right, not bad. Mr. Uti, Mbogela Mapagania. I told you, spiritually, we are ready, we are aligned. Siela Botswana knowing very well that coach, even though he's overconfident and disrespectful to us, he's not the best. We saw the games, he was very lucky. And we knew Bazangomoti. That I will not hide. Bazangomoti. And we made sure that we are prepared. I heard the boys did not want to go through the front gate. Bangene Tecto Ngehlati. And that team was not ready for that. Like I said, we also fielded a colored player who we know which is immune to Muti. We made sure which we cover all tracks. Football-wise, they will never match us. And someone might think which I'm making jokes. And you remember which when I said this? Until neighbor. Someone might think which I'm making jokes. It's serious, guys. it is serious. That team idlala ngomuthi into engasuka phansi. So even going to escorting Minzela, I think as fans we must contribute each, and we buy an animal so that we can sacrifice and slaughter there and make sure which tshwane ayiphumi. Labantu banzima ngomuthi, guys. We must be prepared physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Now that's my contribution, Mr. Uti. I'm happy about Mabasa. I'm happy about Hoto, Fit Unzima. But the main objective and the main defense strategy was to avoid stepping on things you don't know, avoid taking showers at the stadium, avoid eating anything you are given by those fans.
Avoid the tunnel.
Avoid the tunnel. Avoid the carpets. Make sure ukuthi ukezile udlule emfuleni. Thank you, Mr. Uti.
I want to go to stepfather. Stepfather, I've got two things to ask. Number one, Tito Nomfukeng were not really in that game. Makola and Bata, we spoke about Ayiko. And while some people might say that it was a bad performance for them, is this not a good sign for Pirates that going into Africa, you're not going to be playing fast football in Ijwaele? So maybe these guys should be getting this practice. How do you feel about that?
I would see that starting from Utito has been off from a game at Cape Town City first leg game 10-8. You need to be honest, guys. From that first leg game 10-8, Tito was off, came back to Orlando, he was still off. That game in a row, he's still off. Siyabuga, but we don't want to boss him. See, maybe na lokho kababa kabanibani ke ukuthi umbize mhlawumbe nakho affect ngezazi. But ke ngeke simenzele ama excuses. And another thing, phela vele Africa kumele kuyodlala ibhola elimnandi to win Africa kahle kahle. We know that we Pirates have been to Africa. Ngiyezwa nje abavuya sebethi kufanele bazosifundisa ukuthi Vuyo, we've been there before. Sinikhandela sports esibili nina ukuthi nifike lapha nibe abesi2. We've been to Africa long time before Sundowns was there. Kodwa asikho lapho. Maybe we need to, our boys, maybe it's a message which guys read lapha, you don't go there to play beautiful football, but you are there to get the result. That's the most important thing we Champions League. You get the result. Ukuthi wine kanjani. Ahly have been doing it. Ahly is not playing beautiful football, but they've been winning Champions League. Not beautiful football. They just get the result, and then they are done. And then coming to Makaula and Mbata. Makaula and Mbata, guys, Mbata is the one who's supposed to play. Makaula is the Kazade type. Those of Clinel. Bodyguard, local defender, and he's doing that very well. We cover that defense layer. Mbata, he can clean as well the cover defense, but he's the one who's supposed to play. But again, I can defend them by saying whether they have a person in front of them who know how to play, because you cannot play while you have Tito, Mufukeng, Saleng. Those guys are just release it as long as the defense is protected. Those guys are there to protect our defense, and so far it's been working for us. So I don't see any problem with those guys are not offensive. No, guys, they can be offensive if Mbata especially, if something whatever, it can be offensive. But right now we have 3 people who are doing that very well. So there's no need to go scaling up. Yeah.
You know, Masbugeli Champions League, we always say the same things. It's slow. Your forward players manabeko. So now we've seen Tito, Nomfukeng, maybe weren't in this game, but you got your 2-0 win. Is this a good sign going into African games? Good, even if you can play those type of games, like mokwena, you can slow down when you need to.
For an away game, even if they were not that sharp as we expect them, for the fact that we came out victorious with 2 goals, we can take that. We can take that and run. I don't think it's better for us to complain and say whatsoever. It's just that maybe sometimes it's a type of football that we are used to. How does our teams play? So the expectation are so much from those players, but. The fact would if they can manage to score 2 goals away on their off day, So angiyiboni inkinga mina ikhona kangako la, but they've managed to grind the results. That's how you win the league actually. That's how sometimes you win the Champions League. We've seen other teams win the league like that. You find Sundowns has done it. Sometimes go season on this 7th season by winner. Some of the season, even the last year, you see sometimes result was just grinding them. Playing one goal, sometimes last minutes, it's done. They've got 3 points, it's gone. There's no fancy style, but we can take that. We cannot criticize so much, but we will need them also to lift up, because this is what will happen, well, and then we cannot make excuse for them. Go to the way with bafana on Wednesday. Now they come that this is what they're going to face for a full season. This is still the beginning. Once you go to group stages, there is a Carling Black Label Cup. There's still a league. You will play every 3 days. So this, if they don't adapt to it now, then which means get so and office party. Yeah.
But very quickly, Velile, is this a lesson in research? Guti, next time, and when Pirates goes into the Champions League, you can't afford to do what you did with Jordaan last year. Is this maybe, man, Guti, Pirates can be good, but they need to take it seriously and they need to do their research?
It's sometimes as human being, we have to know what the universe sometimes can help you. To imvelo. Kusinceda ngeke be brutal honesty ngokuyibeka ngesimo kwenzakaleni, but the universe has come into our rescue, because last season there was someone who was involved in that team selection the time by Botswana. We all know that, and since it started this season, we have seen his team has been consistent, and we've seen we've been seen askabon muntu.
Ay, vale.
Imvelo ikulungisile no, ngayasiyeke.
Ufuna mina ngishawe lightning la, please no. Rest in peace. Hey, mshika rest in peace. Akusiyimi ubelile. Let me go to Super. Pirates played an ugly game. Pirates played an ugly game. The Tito and Fuke were not there. Makola and Bata were more, I'd say, defensive-ish. But they went out and won the game. Are these good signs going into the Champions League that Pirates maybe can play a different style of play?
Mr. OT, this is what we want to see. We want to see your team winning ugly, the same way as Arsenal won ugly. This is what we want to see Uti, how far has your team developed?
Yeah.
Can they play? Can they overcome when the conditions are not in their favor? When they're playing on a dry pitch, when they're playing against extremely hostile hosts and all of that. So for me now, in terms of Utito, it's second season blues, because last year no one was really watching him. Esugaku Super Sport. And then now that he got all of the attention, and unfortunately he showed Uguti his mindset gets affected when you get physical against him. Yeah. He should expect Uguti everyone is going to be physical when they come up against him, so that they can put him off, so that he can get himself a red card. That's going to be the strategy for Tito. So he needs to find Uguti, okay, what is my alternate way of playing? Is it drifting out to the wing? That didn't really work against City, but if it's something that he consistently works on, it could be an alternative. Utito being Utito, he's probably got a free role to move all over the pitch. So now it's up to him to explore Uti. How does he then explore that free role? How does he explore his game, considering the responsibility that he's shouldering, and considering that he wants to break through to the Bafana team? Clearly, Upros is asking him to show another dimension in his game, and for me, it's for him to take up the challenge. Urili Mufukeng, he's still quite literally, he's still a boy. So they'll obviously need to work on his nutrition, they need to work on his physique, without sacrificing his speed. They will need to make him stronger, and he will realize himself. The more he plays continental football, the more he plays international football. The requirements are not only to be slick and smart, but you also need to be strong and persistent. So for me, it's not a form thing. It is the next level of the challenge. Now it's up to them to show us how can they adjust to this next level of competition.
Okay. Let me go to Uvuyo. Vuyo, I've got the same question for you. As the team, you support a team that has been playing in Africa for a very long time. You know, recently, you know, in Africa, man, ipola corner, it's not beautiful, it's not flowing, it's not end to end, it's not counter, it's very ugly. Can Pirates be confident that they were able to go Jwaneng, not have a very good performance by Pirates standards, but be able to get out the 2-0?
OT, you know the football of Africa, how they play, especially when you play away.
Yeah.
We got one of our own, the best, Pitso Mosimane. If you remember how many games that he won away, too small. Mancane kakhulu. It doesn't matter. It's the results, yeah, the more important part for me to take to another stage, because of it's not about playing beautiful football. When it's come to Utito Namfuken, Lene Nzakala is normal. Any talented player, they go through some of the games, they don't perform very well because the other teams, they have maybe a better plan for that day.
Yeah.
And it's a normal thing. Any player in the world, the best player, they go through those moments when they don't perform. But I'm very, very happy Uguti, some of the guys, the likes of Hoto, they came up, they did something, they done something for the team. And I think the most dangerous team in the world is the team that doesn't believe in one player or two player. But as a team, anyone can pull up those socks and take the direction to win the game in whatever situation. I think that is the most powerful team for me, because of if you trust too much one player or two players, if that option doesn't happen that day, or injury or yellow card, which means you can't play. So I'm very, very happy what I saw on weekend, Orlando Pirates, and they play very, very well away with that team, because of away is not easy, OT. It's not easy at all.
Okay. Let me go to Malume Kutso. Malume Kutso, is this now the flexibility we've been asking from Pirates, that, you know, maybe you can play ugly and slow it down and actually be what we might deem to be effective in Africa? Are these good signs that two of your players were not really into it? Maybe you played a little bit more defensive, but you were able to come away with the wins.
As Mr. OT, if there's one thing that CAF has taught me over the years, is that the actual game in real time is not enjoyable. But if you go back and watch it again, you'll find out how much they perform. Another thing, and I'm not defending them. Another thing is that if we're calling for flexibility and another dimension to, I'm gonna stick to Tito for now, to Tito's game. I think that is exactly what he did. In Botswana, he showed a different side, that he can grind out results, that he can track back, that he can play to instructions like a coach with Tito. Fandago is watcher. You're not here to but you must understand he's away. He's not controlling Orlando. He's elsewhere. You understand? And when the CBC substitute was made, I saw the coach. Tito some things, Tito 1, 2, 3, and Tito immediately moved over to the other wing, and I think Baton Mfukeng, and within 2 minutes of moving to the other wing, he created an opportunity to keep Uho to clear on goal. So to say Tito did not perform, I think it's a bit reckless. When he actually put Uhoto in goal with a nice sitter, set up Uhoto for a goal. So if we're talking goal contributions, Tito did well. If we're talking defensive contributions, Tito did extremely well even. So I don't think Tito Gupans, Mr. OT.
And then I want to ask you, because I want to ask you very short. research. Does the difference between last year and this year lie in research, knowing your opponents, those type of things? Does it lie there? And what lessons can Paris take into the group stages when they get past the Ijwane?
Let me tell you, Mr. OT. I said what Velile said at the beginning of the season when you asked. We will be very consistent this season. You will not be surprised. Mahela Segangen, center back. Ulpasa out of nowhere is our main striker. We are going to be very consistent, Mr. OT. And what inspired my thinking patterns or informed my thinking patterns is, you remember that Carling Black Label friendly.
Yeah.
The Carling Black Label friendly, we lost to Sundowns 4-0 in the final. It was a friendly tournament. But Coach Rivero was so stubborn with his starting 11 that even in a friendly, having played the same starting 11 first game, he still played that very same 11 and said my players were tired. And he was asked, why didn't you feel the other players? So you could tell, okay, this man is a consistent man when it comes to a lineup. Lento Yama changes is not him. He believes in one team. So in as much as we can credit the fact that we were burnt last season by tweaking the team, I think, and I say this with the utmost respect, I think no one is there to influence Coach Rivero to switch around things unnecessarily or to put a gun to his head or to motivate him in whatever shape or form to switch up the team, which is why ever since Iliki Kalile, Mr. Uti, I think Pirates has used the same lineup, literally the same lineup, only one positional change with Kanakeman, this guy, Dino van Rooyen for Umunyane, and the main, even the substitutions
coming in,
the substitutions have been consistent. You know, which it's Tito, Chilpeto, and Kanakema, not Tito, man, it's Chilpeto, Kabelo Dlamini, and team.
Yeah.
Then they really auxiliary. But all in all, Mr. Oti, we will be consistent. And I just want to repeat, guys, do not fall for the trap of misrating Utito. Tito did very well. Tito performed, did what he was expected to do, and still created. Okay,
no. Madam Khoza, thank you so much. Guys, if you have not followed, please follow. Wait. Wait. We're getting into we're getting into the time. Let me just fix myself, man. Let me just fix myself. Let me just fix, and then you see, man, let's make sure that we're starting the conversation right. Let's make sure that the conversation is right. I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, no, let's make sure, man. You know, we're here, we're back. Thank you. We have listened to you guys. Now it's our time. Anyway, no, guys. Okay. We're gonna go into Kaizer Chiefs now. I want to start. Going into the Kaizer Chiefs game, I wasn't expecting much, to be honest with you. I wasn't expecting a win. I wasn't expecting a draw. I wasn't expecting a lot. All I wanted from that team was for them to come out and give us something. Show Guti you worked on something. We know what happened in the friendlies. We know it was lit. So getting there and seeing a completely changed team, seeing Totley, Miguel, Cross, Cirino coming in was very interesting because it gave you a little bit of okay, there's something changing. You saw Zwane starting. And I'm not going to lie, when Gallen scored that first goal, my heart dropped because I was thinking to myself, Ntwari, here we go again. But what I enjoyed was, I think more than anything, was yes, they played very well. We saw a bit of we saw them change in the terms of the way that they play, the mindset, well, the way that they play, there was a build-up. The ball goes here and goes here. The ball goes into the middle. You know, Abu are alive, Abu Chiva were alive, even though we missed some stuff. But I think the biggest thing that we saw from this weekend was they changed their attitude. the biggest thing we've been crying about, and I've been crying about this ever since the past 3-4 years, whenever we've been thinking about all of these things, the losses are not what worry me. It was the losses or the draws where the players have not pitched, they're not showing that they're fighting, they're not showing that they care. So to watch them run so hard after coming 1-0 down, to watch Nabi also standing, and all the guys, last minute you are standing and pointing. I'm not saying it will equal points. I'm not saying it will equal wins. I'm not saying that Chiefs is going to win everything this season or do all that stuff. It's just really great to see a team that showed up and played hard. You could tell they were tired. What was my number one critique that I had last season? You cannot leave the pitch and Chulugi, people are smiling and laughing, the game has ended, they're walking off, they're doing all that, right? If you want to lose, lose. Mara, lose knowing that you gave everything. Uchiva was out of breath. Chivavara was out of breath. Abumdu were popping up all over. We saw Abo Cross. Cross was dead in the second half because he ran so hard in the first half, right? He ran so hard in the first half. He couldn't do much in the second half. That's the type of commitment that we've been missing. I'll repeat again. I don't know if it'll be wins. I don't know if it'll be points. I don't know what will happen at the end of the season. I'm not putting it on them to go and win the league or go and win trophies or go do all those things. All I'm saying is what we saw was something we were missing for so long at Kaizer Chiefs. Guys that will run. As the Sundowns last season, they get down to the 90th minute, they get down to the last 5 minutes, it's 0-0. Do you know what happens? You see the team switch on, and there's as Prince says, there's a sense of urgency to that team. There was a sense of urgency in that game versus Gallants. There were things that you question, Mart's positioning, Mart and Tshwane, how they work together. You ask about Chivaviro and his finishing. You look at the second half and you say, it was 1-1 for a very long time, and there was a stretch where we played as though we were winning, right? Where we were relaxed. But all in all, 3 points in the bag. They were running a lot harder. I'm going to close it off there for my part. I'm going to let the people jump in and we can have a conversation about what we saw. Guys, please remember, you have to be speaking about Chiefs when we come in now. As for next, man. As for next. Nothing. Let me see who's here. Guys, please follow if you have not followed. The show is on every Monday to Thursday at 7 p.m. Gotcha. Welcome to the show, my brother. How are you?
I'm very good, bro. I'm very, very, very good. How are you?
No, let me just fix quickly. Gotcha. Tell me about the game. How did you feel about the game that we played Chiefs played versus Mamelodi Sundowns?
I mean, I've learned to manage my expectations on Chiefs, ne?
Yeah.
Every single season, every single new coach, I've learned to manage my expectations. But what I wanted to see is how are they going to respond to the new coach? And honestly, from what I saw from the defense, from the midfield, from the attacking guys, it showed that they had a plan. There's something that they were told to do and they were following up. And even so how Shabalala, when he, after he missed some couple of chances, that when he scored, he got so passionate about, because he knew Guti in this system, I'm more likely to score. I'm more likely to do things that I wanted to do. And the team showed Guti they're playing towards that. Bradley Cross not making long balls, passing into midfielder from the back. We're not used to that anymore. Every defender or the wide players would not be passing in the middle of the park. Most of the time, they'll try to cross it to the following wide player that's playing on the wing, or go across playing on the other wide player that's playing on the opposite wing. So this time, we were playing nicely from the back, and I didn't expect magic. But it was good that I saw that, and as far as some players not showing up what I expected them to do, I think it's a matter of just getting used to their position in the system and gaining confidence from the other players around them. So for now, so far so good.
Let me bring in Sinje. Sinje, welcome to the show, my brother. How are you?
Alala.
Hey man, Sinje.
Siyabangena by force. Bathanda bengathandi. Siqokelela ama 3 points.
By force. For the 5
By force. Alala.
Sinje, how did you feel about the game?
Yes. You know what? As I think I said on the match day, this reminds me of it's more of an improvement from an Arthur Zwanes type of play. We haven't had a game whereby your left wing has had shots on target being saved, goal scoring opportunities, your striker having shots being saved, goal scoring opportunities, your right winger chances in one game, 2 or 3 chances, whether side net, post, or being saved. Where your attacking midfielder, your number 10, has had shots being saved or even score. And you've got your defensive players, your 2 pivots, having shots on target, be it Makaba Mabilite, be it saved, but those are goal-scoring opportunities. And to make it worse, even your defender has a shot bite on a goal-scoring opportunity. So that's what I picked up. Looks like every person on the Chiefs starting 11, one way or another, can come up with a goal. And we haven't seen that in a very long time. How many saves did Chivavere have been saved? How many shots on target did Chabalala miss and having been saved? So it's good to see that even those that are being substituted, you could see they're also part and parcel of the creative aspect of the game. When Nomfana came in, Uduba came in, you could see that he could have scored a goal, but he was either being fouled or cross goal. That's what I liked. There's intention in each and every person that is there. You could see how they can score a goal, when they can score a goal, and I liked that. I liked it. I won't lie. I liked it very well. I'm happy with Nabi. Now it's a progression from the Arthur Zwane's time. I wish we could skip Nseki's time and Jose and Kevin Johnson. And then say Nabi, this I can see why Chiefs wanted Nabi to come in after Arthur Zwane and stuff like that.
Okay. Mara kare lisrea se ga holo man. Kare lisrea ga holo. Let's start a party, man. Teza. Teza, how are you doing, my brother? Hi, Tebza. Who's can get us all, man? Okay, let me go to Papa Zero. Welcome to the show, my brother. How are you?
Hey, OT. Hey, I wish we can see this every day, every week, and every year. Hey? Wabana OT when Chiefs wins, ne? The whole country is happy, bruh. Yeah. Yo, the entire country is happy too. Yeah. Yo, man, I'm happy. OT, wabana, man, I'm not expecting any cup.
Okay.
I'm not expecting to be in the top 5.
Yeah.
But I'm pleased with the way Chiefs is playing now. I'm pleased with the shot on target. I mean, without the shot on target, OT, how are you going to score?
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
I mean, I understand this is the first game of the league, but there are lots of improvements. Lots of improvements. I mean, even Miguel. Hey, you see that guy? Ne? He deserves to be our captain. With his leadership skills, he's been encouraging everyone, even after that mistake. Happy that goal that we conceded was a mistake, a pure mistake. But even that one, you know what? He kept on encouraging everybody, everyone. Hey, You know, I even after the game, he would go to everyone, like, you know what, like he was hugging everyone. That guy has a leadership skills. And Cross, even though, I mean, he's part of defense, I'm expecting not less than 4 goals from him this season. No, Chiefs is gonna be on fire this season. I don't wanna lie, my brother. Even our subs. I mean, Duba. Look at Duba.
Yeah.
With an assist to Obrigado. You understand? I mean, the Jazz, they like. I mean, these young boys, they went there with confidence because they could see the spirit. The spirit was there. I mean, the technical team as well. Our own Jesus there. As part of the technical team there. I mean, he was encouraging everybody to push and push, you know. So I love the whole atmosphere. Yes, it is, my brother. Like, I mean, I'm happy. Not on lie, I'm happy. I don't expect any trophy. I'm happy.
No, I think that's what for me, what I'm trying to say is we're very happy right now, but I'm not expecting the world from them. It's just that, guys, do you understand how long it's been since we actually played football? Whether it adds up to anything, I can say, but we're happy. Man.
Abdoti, batho ba ka nna ba bua ntho e ba e ratang ba re difate di tla wa ho etsahaleng. Nnete fela batho ba bue re bapetse bolo entle ka weekend ne ke bona bolo e tloa ili niga ke re utlwe le rona ntho ena hore a enka shaba a enka mdudu e seng ha thabala la qeta o enka fela out ke la bolo ba ilahlile re bone ntho e leng khale re wisha ho ibona hore e etsahala ka Kaizer Chiefs hore na ba re jwa jwang kapo eng rona re happy re tlohelleng re happy hore re tlo ba number 16 ha season e fela ha e re batle eo but no tjena re tlohelleng re enjoy moment e bafana ba re file ngona ke a nika never yetsa ka weekend nna I'm so happy bile nna ke positive hore a ke khola re tla tswa top 3 ha re kae ba bang bathulo ba Africa CAF e tlo ba imela plus league ba tsene hona mo fela go bo MTN and MTN ya baba Stellis ya baba ere he
Let me go to Tebza.
OT.
But you appear to fail today. We can appear to fail, man. We had a good weekend, some of us. Some of us had a good weekend, man.
Ongavisa.
Yeah?
Ongavisa thata.
2-1 win, Kaizer Chiefs. We won this one.
Yeah, all I'm happy about is missing something positive about the team. We see changes. You know, we've been talking about this already. If the team is not doing well, let's see who the coach who implement that need to improve what we are complaining about. You understand? So we're not necessarily celebrating the win per se. We are celebrating that we see change, we see positivity, we see many changes. As you've said already, the attitude of the boys has changed in a manner of how they are playing the game right now. They are putting their emotions into the game. That's what we want to see. We want to see the passion. We want to see them dying in the field because of they wearing a jersey of one of the biggest teams in Africa. You understand? So they are showing that right now, at least right now. So that's what we are happy about. We want to see them giving it their all. That's the only thing that we want from the players and from the coach. We want to see intention. What is he trying to do? At least we can see what is he trying to do. So those are the two things that we want to see. Kaizer Chiefs. Intentional coach and the fight from the players. That's the least. That's the bare minimum that we can ask for from the two parties, the coach and the players. As from there, anything can happen. You understand? So that's what we want to see. Give us your all as a player. There, show us that you deserve to be there.
show us that we deserve to protect you as a player. As fans, we have to protect you by what? By giving us your all. Therefore, and then it is left to us as supporters to protect you from other opposition supporters. Whenever they bash you, we're going to cover you. Or no, you leave our players just like this. We love them. They are dying for us. They are playing for us in that film. So I was happy to see what I saw. The boys were in there. You could see how they fought. You understand? So I support Tihu when he said Inacio can be our captain. He has those characteristics of being a captain, a leader. So I see him in the near future taking that armband and leading us to greater heights. Yeah.
Okay. Let me go to Tshwane. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Mr. OT, how's it?
Hi, man. I'm good, Tshwane. I'm good, man. For once, I didn't have to watch Sundowns after Chiefs or Pirates and be sad, man. Yeah, and be holding back my tears during lives. Hey, Tshwane, 2-1, man. How did you feel about this game?
You know, Mr. OT, we're not talking enough about ball progression here, Bradley Cross. Nah? I enjoyed the game to the fullest, I don't want to lie. But that one moment, I think that was a very special moment for me. You know, because from deep in our half, he didn't play a long ball. He plays a ball, he looks for a play, he progresses the ball, because anyone could have given that ball to Castillo because he was close, you know. He plays a diagonal ball and a high panis. Way there. I think it was about 3 touches from our half. After say one, he eliminated 3 players. Tamarumo Kalans, Anga Bolela, Kenya Spacey. You know, and I'm enjoying how comfortable the boys are on the ball. You know, I was until like helicopter football. They were saying, hey, Ronari SAA, helicopter football. But I enjoyed the game. The game. You can see that we have a coach, you know, and everyone wants to play for the coach, you know. But our Chiefs but less planning. I get hey, they are there to retire. Rebuti old age home, retirement village. People are there to work. And you can see with the players that we brought in and the players that started, they want to play for the team. They are playing for each other. Their commitment is 150%, and that's what I want. I'm so pleased with our ball circulation, our ball progression, you know, and our ball retention as well. You know, I want to win a ball. The next thing, scope. I was in Tabia Ricky nigga, and I enjoy that, man. Like, Bona, South Africa, happy, Joe. Everyone is happy. Even if we're jealous, it's like we win one. So imagine if we win 3, 4, 5 games in a row. But to battle no jiki. But I'm happy, man. I'm happy. Coach Nabi's cooking. We're giving him time. You know, we're not gonna rush the process. But I'm so glad that we walked away victorious. Because so no chance ya rona. So when we are allowed, they must let us be. We haven't enjoyed football like this in a long time. I even said in the group, the previous coach almost made me hate football, bruh.
No, but I come back to it. I hear even in the background, Chabli song came on, the family, Chabli, everyone's Chabli. Let me go to Ungocha. Gocha, I'm going to come back to you. I want to drill down now into the game. We spoke about the progression. We spoke about all those things. I want to ask you 2 questions. How important is it to have a player like Sereno in the team? I call it a brain in the team. And what did he show in that game, number 1? And then number 2, Zwane, Obrigado, Shabalala, getting their chances. What does that say about youth and maybe the chances for the players on the bench?
I'll start with the second one first. It says that the coach understood the mandate of using the younger players the investment of Chiefs. Because if he wants to have a good team in 2 seasons from now, these players are going to be the core players of that team. They should be buzzing by then, you see. So those 3 players, I'm not going to critique how they played in the game, especially Tshwane. I saw that most of the midfield players, Tshwane and Mart, even Castillo, were quite lost in the system. But that's for the team to understand where they could be effective. So it's not a matter of this player doesn't know what he's doing or that player doesn't. It's just the system was not affecting having them needed all the time. Yeah, well, because the thought about the team we're playing against is that they normally fill up the midfield and then they play to their strikers. So those players would have been effective had they done exactly that, but they didn't. They rushed too fast. Okay, the 3 players, the wing players, we saw how effective they are. They're very speedy players, and coach used them effectively to use them more at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Sereno, Bafetu, we've been crying that our strikers don't score. But it's not that they don't score, they were not getting chances. We were asking ourselves who's going to get the ball to the strikers because our wingers were not doing that job that much. But with Sereno there, we know there's going to be 1 or 2 or 3 balls that goes to a striker and it gives them an opportunity to take the shots at goal. Now, it's now going to be a matter of how clinical is Chivavero? How clinical is the striker on the day when it comes to scoring versus Uguti? Did he ever get a chance to score in? And that's what we saw in this game. And that's what it gives us. So it's okay. Somebody's going to see the striker running. Someone's going to see the winger running because that's what we've missed by not having a number 10 for so long.
Okay, let me go to Sinje. Sinje,
yes.
How important is Sereno, having a player like Sereno in the team, especially with the way that we're building up? And then number 2, Obrigado, Shabalala, Tshwane getting their chances. What does that say maybe to the future of Chiefs and maybe to DDC players? Is it something that we are going to build towards or flash in the pan type of thing?
Yeah. With Sereno, I think is a good replacement for Kicking Dolly leaving. You know, I was worried that when Dolly contract wasn't renewed, and obviously for injury purposes and stuff like that, we will not have a thinker that can also play in the wider parts of the pitch. So I think Sereno is a good fit for that. Now I think players like Mtanzane and Matlo must think of asking to be released, because I don't, unless we're also praying for an injury-free Sereno as well.
Yeah.
When it comes to Samkelo Tshwane, Duduzi Chabalala, and Obrigado, these DDC players, and Dube as well. I'm worried a lot of people, I don't think they watched that game very well. I don't know whether they were thinking or they were expecting Samkelo Tshwane to do something very, I don't know what they were expecting. They're calling him lazy. Funny enough, if Sahile trapped that ball very well, that could have been a goal scoring opportunity when the boy interchanged the field from left to right, located him and found him very well. If Mdu banged that ball behind the net that he put in the side net, we would be singing a different tune about Tshwane. If Chivavaro also scored that true ball that the boy played, and if those shots that he took were on target, we will not be calling him lazy. I find it strange that they are calling the boy lazy, and yet he created 4 or 5 goal-scoring opportunities, but unfortunately they were not converted, which also will speak to not just him as a player, as well as a creative player. I think Samkelo Tshwane is a more of a creative player, which means the DTC and Chief Development are doing a very good job in terms of creating these boys. If you look at all of the ones that we have mentioned, they've played part and parcel in goal scored and scoring opportunities at Chiefs. And I think that says a lot about how we develop players. So I wait to see a Tshwane with a proper number 6 at the back that is not going to move around. And I think that's why he played very well with Ox. And I think he's going to do an amazing job with Blom when he also comes in as a DDC product as well, as a proper number 6 that is not going to go up and down and interchange with Mart. Sometimes you see Mart at that 6, and sometimes we see some Zwane in that 6. I don't think he's a good 6 as a marker, a poacher, but he can steal the ball. He can win the balls in the upper field of the field, and he can turn and create and locate. That's one thing that I know about Sam Zwane, is that he will find his teammate no matter where he is on that pitch, and that is a rare talent to find in South Africa alone. So these boys are saying to those that are in the DDC, you are in the right program.
Okay. Guys, Lindo Pep show is gonna start at 9 o'clock. The tactical breakdown show. I have to get it right. It's gonna start at 9. Lindo Pep. At Lindo Pep if you want to watch that too. Alson Tabi. Oh, no. Before I go to Alson Tabi. Papa Tsego. Sirino, man. Can you touch on Sirino? Can you touch on our build-up and the way that we play? And number 1. And then number 2, can you tell me a little bit about those 3 players, man? We saw Bricado, we saw Mfundo, we saw Zwane, we even saw Duba coming in. Players that had been sitting on the bench for a very long time. What does that say about the coach and the youth, and what does that mean for the future of Chiefs going forward?
I think I've been saying this from Saturday. Kari Zwane played well. I don't know, maybe people need to go and watch the entire game, not my highlights for 10 minutes. The entire game, again, relaxed, because remember they were on a panic mode. Zwane is slow, but he's very good with the ball. I mean, I don't know whether you still remember that special touch that he made, and then like he passed the ball on the other side, and the player was in the middle, and he went and fetched it. And also the crosses that he made. Zwane is intelligent. He is extremely intelligent. They just need to be patient with him. Userino, what I like about him, he makes everyone plays. I mean, if you can remember, Duba, he got the ball from Sirino. Sirino gave the ball to Vilakazi to score. You understand? Sirino made Shivaviro to play. We have never seen Shivaviro having so many shots on targets.
Yeah.
You understand? I mean, even himself was surprised. That is why he was not clinical. You understand? But going forward, I think he's going to polish those, like the final third. You understand? And I'm pleased also with the future's bright. Vilakazi, the future's bright. I can't wait to see Jansen as well there, especially with this pace. I mean, I think we should just watch the space. I mean, Chiefs is going to surprise us. Like I said, I'm not expecting any cup. The fact that the style of play has changed, the fact that there's too many shots on target, I'm already happy.
Okay. No. Papa Zeko, thank you so much. Let me go to Alson Tabi. Alson Tabi. Killing Remetsi man. Remetsi a player tshwanang le Sirino. O ka dlalang dipolo ko pele ka bane ke mo se re bona hore bo Chivaviro man. It's not that ke di bad players, mara supply ne siyo. How do you feel about the way ne ba dlala ka teng mo, and then bana ba ke a tseba hore o rata bana ba bo Mfundo bo Shabalala bo Zwane
le MDC ke a hana
ke khale ba ditse benching
hona no tjena bench in a sense everyone una wisha hore ka ba le ka hare game eno ya marumo the way ho no bapalwa hantle ka teng ke bone le ba le ba benchweng ba beuwe mo la stadium. They were so happy kore le coach ha tlo tseba hore ke ntsha mang ka mang ba tlo re shebella bona this coming season ke la ka tloka re season ena e tlo ba lead, like it or not e tlo ba lead. Le di 3 goals ko stadium ke a rona kaofela marumo ha ya etsa next ba eme hore marumo inena le ntho e ka ibuang ka rona marumo ha ya ikorela goal. So wa bonahala hore nnete fela Chiefs e tla e momme o ka fatshe and nna I'm so happy ba tla bafana ba banyane khona ba tlo kena bo Mtanzane ba tla dlala. I think coach o tlo batla tlisa di positions tsa bona from because Mtanzane from mana tswa teng o tlile kwana Cape Town City a chesa but ha fitla ka ga Chiefs o la ba cold ha re tsebe hore na why impa re mrekile e le player e re bonang hore ya bapala. So I just wish hore coach a mo fe position e leng ya hae ma kgonang hore a be comfortable le teng re tle re kgone ho bona ha Mtanzane antshatse leng yena everyone ka hara season ena Chiefs ya ha di batle ho bua.
Hey, okay, okay. Thank you, Asitabi. Tebza, Sereno, the impact of Sereno, but also in general, can you speak towards the way that we play? And then number two, the kids. You know, we've had shows where we've spoken about the kids. What is the plan? Baruti benching, nobody's getting inside. Zwan is rotting there. What about Chabalala? What does the inclusion of those players in the game mean for the future of Chiefs, especially for youth?
Let me start with Sereno. With Sereno, I would like to see him, as I've said on Saturday, I would like to see him play more centrally, just behind the strikers. You understand? So, Oti, can you hear me?
No, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Tebza. Network and coward.
Oh, Tebza, we can hear you perfectly. Try to finish the point.
Oti.
Okay, Tebza, I think for time's sake, unfortunately, Tebza, we're going to lose him there a little bit. For time's sake, let me go to Tshwane. You spoke about the build-up. You spoke about how do we play across. How important is Sereno in all of this? And how important then is what the coach has created around them? That, yes, Sereno was playing a certain way, but you saw Cross come into the game. You spoke about going into the middle of the pitch. And then secondly, the kids. What does this mean that Nebi seems to be giving them chances? And what does that mean for the future of Chiefs?
The future looks very bright. We needed a big player like Sereno, right? We've signed players in the past, but they were not able to have an impact that he's had in that one game, you know? And moving forward, we can see that we have a great player in Sereno. You know, he was able to connect very well with Shabalala, who was playing as a 10, and Ranga as a 9. You know, there were times where Ranga was caught out because he didn't expect those balls. You know, Sereno would look the other way and make the pass the other way, you know. And that's why Ranga sometimes he got the ball unprepared. He wasn't expecting the ball, you know. But if you look at our front line with Sereno and Shabalala, the understanding there and Ranga, that combination is going to be deadly this season. And if you can add a player like vilakazi into that mix, you know, as young as he is, he's going to be very impactful. I'm saying that because when he came on, I saw they have chemistry, you know. So now he's that player that even when he got tired, I saw the coach move him more into a central role, you know. And Duba was now doing the running on the side, you know. And he's a young player. Duba also is confidence. He's building his confidence, you know. And if you add Vilakazi into that, we have a very, very exciting offensive combination, you know, and the experience and the quality of, you know, made it easy for the boys to breathe on the ball, you know, even after a few bad touches, you know, but they got very comfortable on the ball and they enjoy playing around him. You know, he's quick, he's skillful, he has accurate passes, you know, even in the blind spots. You know, and those passes that shocked Ranga, he's going to get used to them. And if he can bury them, you know, we're going to have a quality season, you know, as Kaizer Chiefs. And what's good about what we have in our tech with Sereno making those movements, you know, it shows that we needed someone that can carry the weight a bit from these boys, you know, and they enjoy playing with them. And it's going to be such an exciting season. I don't want to lie. That signing was a top signing, was a signing that we needed. And I think it will send a message to the incoming players that we're going to sign in the future, that this is what you do when you sign for a team like Kaizer Chiefs. But we have a great playmaker in Gaston Serino, and Nabi understands how to use him. In the second half, he saw that, okay, he was running a bit out of steam because he did a lot of running in the first half. He tucked him in, he let Dubati do the running on the side, and that's how we got the second goal. It was a tactical masterclass for me. And people that are saying, Kim, this boy, Zwane hasn't done enough. I did say that Zwane also needs someone to learn from, and he will become a great player. He's good. The quality is there, and with having senior players show up around all these youngsters, they're also going to be very deadly in the coming future. I loved what I saw on Saturday.
I'm looking at the comments right now, and somebody's mentioning about Pirates. Guys, we spoke about Sundowns and Pirates and Chiefs today. If you want to watch it back, it is available in full on YouTube. All of the lives are available in full on YouTube. You can go back and watch what you have missed. So if you want to hear the Pirates conversation, we actually had it. It's on YouTube. At the end of the show, you'll be able to watch it back and hear what your fellow Paganias said about this. Let me go to Ngocha. Ngocha, let's talk about Serino's impact, but also in essence, how the whole team has now changed the way that it plays. Ngocha, did I ask you, didn't I come to you first?
You did.
Aye, then I'm closing for time. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. I will say what I said at the beginning when I started this Kaizer Chiefs segment. I don't think we are celebrating that Chiefs is going to go out and win everything. I don't know what Chiefs is going to do. I don't even know if they're going to win that many games. I just think it's nice to have a team that is committed. It's nice to see repeatable actions. You could see that, man, they worked on some things. The ball is progressing a certain way. The ball is going like this, it's moving here, it's moving there. Cross is going. We didn't have that over the past few years, especially up front. Up front, it was a free-for-all. So, guys, for me, thank you so much for joining me. Lindo Pep's show is starting now. So just go to @LindoPep and you'll find him there. If you have not followed, please follow. The show is on every Monday to Thursday at 7 p.m. But because we're back in the league, tomorrow we're going to be doing the watch-along of Mamelodi Sundowns Supersport, then the Pirates game on Wednesday. So please join me for that too. I also drop content every day, man. Every day, please. Come and check it out. Watch the content. It's really great. You can watch any of the previous lives. And if you want to be part of the WhatsApp group, go to the YouTube channel and click on join. You'll gain access to the WhatsApp group where we have these conversations in full. Unfortunately, I only have 2 hours here, but on the WhatsApp group is 24/7. And believe me when I say it's 24/7. So me and my Kaizer Chiefs are saying, guys, wait, before I go. People were talking about this jersey. This is how long I've been a long-suffering. This is not even my oldest jersey. I can't find the other one right now. This is how long we've been Chiefs fans and suffering. So for those who call us plastic fans and all of that stuff when we criticize, guys, please remember that Dala Siboni Chiefs, man. Dala Sibugele, and when things are good, we will talk about it. Well done to Orlando Pirates and well done to Mamelodi Sundowns for pretty much doing the job. In the CAF Champions League. It'll be great to have two African teams, South African teams that side. But anyway, guys, I'll see you tomorrow, 7:30. Bye, everyone. Lindo's show, guys. Lindo Pep, @LindoPep. He's doing it now. Hey, Sipo, this old jersey doesn't fit. That's why I'm wearing it like this.